So today, guys, I want to talk about some of the key formulas or constructs that we use when we're kind of looking to integrate strength and conditioning into a busy endurance athlete's lifestyle. So if you're someone who loves to run, ride, swim, multi-sport train, climb, hike, lead an active endurance lifestyle, how are we going to get 2 to 3 key S&C sessions or rehab sessions into your week? Well, right at the beginning, if we're building you back from injury, we're probably going to be following a 3 and 3 kind of system where you're going to be doing 3 sessions of your particular sport a week, building up that tolerance again, building up that levels of conditioning again in your sport, whether it's running, riding, swimming. This is a great place to start. 3 sessions a week. It's easy to maintain. It could be an optional 4th session throughout the week, but we're going to be prioritizing those 2 to 3 strength and conditioning sessions. 2 key full body sessions, but with probably a lighter load in there as well, a lighter 3rd session. But if you want to see results, we've got to be hitting those areas of weakness at least 2 to 3 times a week significantly. As you start to progress and we're looking to increase volume, we can start to think about 4 and 3. So in terms of 4, 5 sessions of your sport training, but still maintaining that level of strength and conditioning. As you move into your phases of progressing through the phase of your training towards maybe a particular goal, we're starting to ramp up your running volume, your triathlon volume, your triathlon training volume. We are then going to start to go, right, are we going to drop that kind of shorter strength and conditioning session? Can we now look to maybe maintain a 5 and 2 method framework? But these types of frameworks we're going to adjust throughout the year. It's not set in stone. We're going to ebb and flow depending on the time of year you're training at, depending on what the goals we're working towards. But giving yourself this optimal time to recover is what we're initially really championing. We want to make sure that we're giving your body at least 24, 36 hours of recovery from that strength and conditioning stimulus to that running or riding or swimming stimulus. We want to kind of make sure that we're giving your body enough time to recover, adapt. As you progress through our training program, we can then start to obviously ramp things up where we're starting to top and tail your days where, right, now we're doing multiple endurance sessions a week. So we're looking at a comprehensive triathlon program where you're doing 6 days a week of training. You're trying to fit 3 runs, 3 rides, 3 swims in the week, and we're trying to fit in 2 to 3 S&C sessions. We're going to be doing several double days. When you get to that place, it's all about making sure that we are managing your training load, top and tailing the days, strength in the morning, run, ride, swim in the evening, giving yourself that adequate time to recover, to replenish, to fuel, etc. But also giving your body enough time to make sure that you're prioritizing these sessions, top and tail of the day, getting the most out of these sessions. If you don't have the luxury of this, then we start to manipulate the intensity of those specific sessions. But one of the most important things when you're starting to work with these different kind of formulas and constructs is load management. It's training load management. It's one of the most important things as a coach you should be having this kind of constant dialogue about. Can we progressively keep increasing the volume, the intensities of your sport training, of your swims, your runs, your rides? Can we progressively keep increasing the amount of weights that you're working with in your gym sessions? Because we want more out of you. We want to keep challenging the body, because if we don't, we're going to plateau. We potentially may even become demotivated because we're not seeing results. So we want to keep challenging you. But with all of these constructs, 3 and 3, 4 and 2, 4 and 3, 5 and 2, getting to a place where potentially maybe you're doing upwards of 10 plus hours of training a week, it's always about load management. And when you're training concurrently, when you're trying to get more strength, essentially more power, more speed, and from your gym training, your S&C training, as well as trying to then leverage more speed, more power, more endurance from your sport training, it's always about load management, training load management, allowing your body optimal enough time. And this is going to be individualized, obviously depending on your levels of conditioning, your levels of experience, as to how much your body can tolerate. And so for us, as we navigate, as we move through these different constructs, as we go from that kind of beginner level and we start to move into these more advanced levels, it's always about just respecting what the body can tolerate. And these frameworks are just in place, and we place these, we use these frameworks as a way of us kind of managing it. But the more you can understand this, the more you can then understand how you can leverage more from your body, and how actually as you progress you can expect those formulas to change and pivot more towards the sports you want to participate in. So food for thought, but this is the logic behind any great strength for endurance training program where we are going to progressively build up your tolerance, build up your conditioning, but also allow your body to adapt to the, or, to allow it to grow and to grow consistently well. And all right,